Hey you guys, it's Dani. Today we're going to talk about the most beautiful, my heart, the Fyodor Pavlov Tarot. This was a Kickstarter deck. If you've never seen this creator's art, it is a sight to behold. It is absolutely spectacular. This is the tarot. It comes in a really beautiful box. This is by Expert Playing Cards. On the back, it says, within this box is a set of 78 fully illustrated major and minor arcana cards, hand-painted in watercolor and inks by the artist. Each has been researched with respect to Pamela Coleman Smith's seminal images, but informed by the artist's own queer and trans experience. The result is a tarot deck with a comforting, familiar, and timeless style that explores new and diverse representations of gender, sexuality, and culture. OMG. This does exactly what it says, in my opinion. I love these images. I love what it brings to the community as far as diversity and queer and transgender representation. It's beautiful. Let's look at this. Okay, so we have this really nice tuck box in this beautiful red. Oh, look at the backs. How they shine. Oh my god. We have a guidebook here. Let's kind of stick these. They slide. They're on this linen finish, so there is some movement here. So bear with. So we have our guidebook, which is just all text blocks. There's no big fluff in here. It is to the point, and we have some beautiful entries here. I don't think there's anything in the back either. Nope. We have an introduction. It talks about gender, weightsmith, reversals, a thanks, and then it goes right into the cards. So we'll read from that in a bit. Let me move this so there's not glare. Now these are linen finish, so it's not shiny at all. These are like frickin' butter. Oh my god. And I can't, look at that. And y'all know how I feel. I mean, another very limited palette, vintage style look to these cards. I am obsessed. Okay, so we start with our Fool that has a cat here, a mask, the Magician. Throughout here, it's a mostly monochrome deck with very minimal pops of color on some cards. They usually go with like one shade and white. When I tell you the representations and like the characters that the artist has put in here, I am legit in love with them. It's like a whole vibe. Hierophant, very traditional. Look at these lovers. Are you kidding me? The most beautiful. Chariot. Strength. I love this Wheel of Fortune. There's like fire here. We have earth. We have all the stars here. We have the rain here. So we have our water. The Hanged Man. I love the arrows through this Hanged Man. Kind of holding him in place there. Oh, let's get closer. I'll probably try to pull that in before we get to this point, but you know, here we are. Death. Look at this temperance. Isn't that lovely? The devil. The tower. We have the wings, very Icarus. Star. This sun makes me so happy. It could be his pants. I love him so much. I love it. Judgment. The world. Big beautiful bodies here. Ace of Wands. So in the wands we have this green, kind of shows all the growth here on the wands themselves. And you'll see a very lovely representation. We have both men and women here in the 5, which I don't feel like we see very often at all. Very RWS. We have the loss of limb, injuries. And I love how we have instances where they pop outside of the border. Here and here. Kind of comes out. Beautiful blue of the cups. These images just have me speechless. I have this, like, there's something about the flowing fabrics throughout this deck. Like, I don't know why flowing fabrics and, like, bunches of fabrics is, like, a thing for me. I love that. That's, like, my favorite part about, like, that whole, like, Renaissance vibe, or, like, you know, things that happen in, like, the art revivals and portraiture, like, just these rolling, thick fabrics. It's a strange thing. I just really, I don't know. I can imagine the tactile experience, maybe. Maybe that's what it is. I like how these cups are kind of spread up and over. Beautiful 9 of Cups. Not that typical thing, but kind of laid out and toasted, that kind of contentment. It's like having enough to share, because I mean, look, we have this whole, like, we have breads and stuff that look like it's here, we have food here, we have this, like, huge fish and this huge slab of meat and what looks almost like honey or sauce. It's like at the head of the table, enough to share with his guests. Beautiful family here. Page of Cups. Look at... I'm really just gonna gush about this, and I feel like I don't... I'm like, just look at this. I don't have much to say. I don't have many criticisms about this deck, because it is it is my aesthetic. It's the type of art that I appreciate. It's got such fluidity in it, where it's like, it doesn't matter if the person has, you know, facial hair, or you know, the type of clothing they wear, or what. It's like, it still has this fluidity about it, this kind of gender bending feel to it, that, I don't know, it really works for me. I love the look of it. And I love the whole vibe. So as you can see, we have red in the swords. This red in the swords does feel almost like, I don't want to say like brutal, but it's a very sneaky vibe that it's put into it, you know? I mean, we're at the 7, but you know what I mean? Like, there's something, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, almost, I don't know. I've been sitting here trying to figure out the word. Maybe that kind of malicious, almost intent. I don't know. It's uncomfortable, this red in the swords. But I feel like the swords is an uncomfortable suit because we are dealing in the mind space, right? So I feel like it fits. It fits. It's like I would normally put a red, obviously, like reds or orange in a wands because, I mean, Mystic Masters, obviously. But it really does fit in these swords. It really does. Because of that. It gives that uneasy feeling. And again, these bodies and these kind of figures that we don't normally see, I am loving it. Gender roles reversed. Very androgynous looks. King of Swords. I think that's what makes it feel like you can put yourself in this deck. We have our golden coins, our pentacles. I don't know what it is about this card in particular. I am obsessed with this card. Don't ask me why, because I don't know. But I love it so much. I'm like, is it literally just the dress? You know, like the whole... I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know why I love this card so frickin' much. The Four of Pentacles has never been a big thing for me. It's not even about that. It's about the portrayal of this. I don't know. I don't know. Do you ever have those cards that you just can't explain why you love so much? Like, I'm interested. Like, tell me down below if you have a card from, like, a deck that you have no idea why you love it so much. You just do. Like, and I say that because, like, the aesthetics are the same throughout. You know what I mean? The colors, there's a whole suit in these colors. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I would love to know if you have one like that. We have the 5. This is a powerful 5 to me. It feels almost like last resort, like begging for relief here. Hoping that someone comes to help. That's intense feelings. And then we have that generosity that shows up in the 6. Are planted kind of seeds in our 7. Blacksmith in our 8. I love the power that this holds, that huge hammer kind of coming down, and he's got that, you know, a muscular but like bigger body that, you know, packs that like real big, like he's been doing this for years. And I love this because I feel like a lot of times we see a very slight person kind of at their work here in the 8, and like to see this type, like this person has been doing this their whole lives, it seems, you know, they're built for this, and I really like that. Another beautiful portrayal of the 9, like all this in her basket. The costuming is beautiful. I love the look of this native family and all of this kind of matriarchal vibes that we don't normally get in our 10. page, sprinkling it into the ground. Our knight. Queen. With her bread. Those long braids. Oh. And the king of coins. I wish I felt this is one of those that, like, I wish I had more to say, but I don't really have many criticisms. Let's go ahead and shuffle. Like, the cardstock is phenomenal. We don't have any kind of edging or anything. I don't really feel like it needs it. This is not one I would edge myself, I don't think, because of the cream. Now, unless I did find a cream, maybe I would, but I don't even know if I would then. I used to edge decks more often. I really don't now. Now, this is nice and slippy. I'll show you in a bit, but, like, I feel like you can get a good grip on these cards. Ooh. Okay, well, we'll read that one. But check it out. Because of this linen cardstock, look at. It's a slippery, slidey kind of cardstock. It's just so nice. It's so nice. I'm assuming that this, if there was going to be any wear, it would probably be to the stars on the back. That's purely a guess, though. Maybe not. The way that they're stamped, maybe not. This feels like really nice, sturdy cardstock. Okay. So let's read from the guidebook. So we have the Two of Wands. Okay, so we have a nice little passage here. Let's see, for the majors, we have a lot bigger entrance. Why can't I word today? We have bigger interpretations, I will say. It kind of goes through a little bit more. But here's what it says for the Two of Wands. If we are to follow through with the notion that the Ace of Wands is the beginning, an auspicious symbol for the momentum to take action, then the Two of Wands is its natural flow-through. The figure in the card may be a merchant, an explorer, or a creative person of some kind. He is laying the groundwork and harnessing inspiration given by the ace to lay his plans. He is not charging blindly, but approaching his future thoughtfully and with care. He reminds us that while inspiration and drive to pursue our goals may be telling us to act right now, it is good to also take care and have a plan rather than set out blindly. We must invest thought and work in success rather than simply hope for it. Thus, the Two of Wands is a card of new endeavors, of discovery and decision-making, of creative pursuit and hope for the future. So we get really great entries for these cards. Like I said, the ones for our majors have a lot chunkier sections, but just because these are smaller, it does not equate to less information. We get what's on the card, we get all the information that we need, and I love the way that the creator has this sort of narrative over it, where it flows from the cards before or after kind of vibe. So there we have it. This is the Fyodor Pavlov Tarot. I know that every once in a while he does come out with extra prints. I don't know the future of this deck. I know that from Kickstarter it appears to be out of print right now. But by all means, I'm going to link all the information down below. if you enjoy this art, I would definitely recommend going see this creator's art in general. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. It's one of those creators that I have my eyes set on a piece to get a print of some sort from their work, because it is so inspiring to me. So anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed a look at this tarot. I haven't got a chance to use it too much yet. I have used it a few times, so I don't want to speak to how it reads just yet. But it is one that I plan on spending a lot of time with, because it is definitely one of those that I want to read the guidebook and actually bond with this tarot, because I feel like it holds a lot of layers that I would like to add to my reading style in general, you know? So this is one that I plan on working a lot more with, so I wouldn't be surprised if this is one that you'll see in future videos and I kind of talk about. So anyway, like I said, I will leave all that linked down below. You can also find my links, whether that be to book a reading with me, 3 Fat Readers. I have my Instagram, my Etsy shop down there, and also how to join the Mystic fam, which has a lot of extra content. If you guys are interested, that is linked down below. So I will talk to you all very soon. I am sending all my love. Mwah! Later, Gators.